Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Squared Triangle. We're gonna do something a little different. For those of us who are on the AEW side of the fence, and those of us who are on the WWE side of the fence, well, we like both of them sometimes. So we're gonna talk about both of them. Also,
this is the get along shirt of an episode.
This is the get along shirt episode, but also we kind of missed our chance to do Redemption when it was fresh. We just had a lot going on. I am busy with a wife and kids. Dallas has job. Well, both of you have job, actually.
Yeah, so we're going to double up on SummerSlam and Redemption here. We're not going to do the match by match like we usually do. We're just kind of going to talk about what we liked and what we didn't like across both of these events. There were highs, there were lows across both, so I think it's pretty fair that, we'll cover both of that. But what do you guys want to start with tonight?
I actually want to start with I want to start on a low note, actually.
Sure.
Let's start in the basement.
We're starting in the basement. We're starting on Chris Jericho, Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes.
I think
the most sports entertained match on AEW.
Yeah, Jericho has this hard on for because AEW is where you can find everything, right? Like every style of wrestling. And Chris Jericho has this hard on for having WWE style matches in AEW. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, this was pure, this is a match that you would see in Canada on a WWE pay-per-view. It was hometown boy Chris Jericho in Canada as the Painmaker versus Tommaso Ciampa. And I mean, this had everything. It had hockey pucks and sticks, a mascot that got involved, Jericho's attempts at a deathmatch edition of weapons, from a drill to the mirrors to the barbed wire table. This was a we were very sports entertained in kind of a hit or miss way here.
It was kind of a miss for me, but I see the vision and how somebody putting together this match I see what they're trying to do. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of funny seeing Ciampa fight the mascot just to get the crowd hating him. It was also both you guys it's I don't think anybody else on the roster could pull it off, but Ciampa did his damnedest to make this match work.
If Kota Ibushi was here, he would have been able to make it work, but he's not.
Yeah. Kota Ibushi, he will kill you in straight striking matches, and he'll also ride a bike and get clotheslined by Brian Cage in a Yakuza sponsored match.
Yep.
It is the duality of man. It's yeah, this was definitely the lowest point on the card. It wasn't by any means a bad match, but it wasn't. It was a WWE match on a
the
AEW
combined
roster.
age of these people is in the 90s.
Yeah.
No shade to Tommaso Ciampa. He looks great still, but
yes.
I've had a hate boner for Jericho for a while now.
Listen, it's just one of those things where it wasn't a bad match, first of all. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dunk on it too much. It was fine for what it was, but I just really had no interest in Jericho doing this Painmaker thing.
Yeah.
It's fine when it's okay, that he can just do these matches every once in a while. But I'm like, dude, we just had a similar match, at the spring break event that they just had, I think it's just time for us to move on from this.
It's just
That's all I got to say about it.
It feels like Jericho's only on the card because it's in Canada. He had no real build, no real feud going into this pay-per-view. It was 2 weeks of him and Ciampa. And then it was just you have a match and it's oh, we're in Canada, so Jericho has to be on the card. But that's basically just what it felt like.
And on top of that, there was kind of a lackluster build to this whole thing. So, yeah, I guess we're kind of back to, Jericho matches being the low point of AEW pay-per-views. But at the same time, it wasn't bad per se. It's just compared to the rest of the card, not very strong.
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing, too, is when I look at this match in a vacuum, it's fine, but then you take it out of the vacuum and it's wait, this is actually everyone else was locked in, so what's up here?
Yeah. So we have that, and then we have, if we want to talk about a low point on the 2 nights of SummerSlam, I really think this women's triple threat tag match, or like this women's like 6 women tag match, did not need to be here, because it 7 minutes. They put over, I guess, are they even the tag champions now? I forget. And this was 2 days ago.
Yeah, Fatal Influence. I have to remember that sometimes myself. That Fatal Influence is the current women's tag champ.
Oh my god! Big surprise! The Bella's turn on page. Like
the Bella's annual heel turn took place.
Yeah. Everything.
Look, how many girl groups have beaten up Paige in both WWE and AEW over the last few years?
And I mean, the only thing that could be comparable to the quality of that match on the card is the Danhausen Dominic Mysterio match, which was supposed to be the comedy match, and it was the comedy match. But it was like, we really had to fill time with this one, Like, it's just, both of those matches were like, you could have really just given everybody else a little more time and just kind of split up these collective 13 minutes you took from the crowd.
See, it's like I said on this show a while back, WWE was going to overexpose Danhausen in the absolute worst way possible.
Apparently there's a mandate that he is on, there's a mandate that Danhausen has to be like on every show. Like,
it's the Poochie. If no one sees Poochie, everyone has to ask, where's Poochie?
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, but those are like the low points, and like they said, they weren't bad matches, but like they definitely just did not match the rest of the card.
They were yeah.
The Danhausen match. Oh, okay, real quick, the Danhausen match wasn't bad per se.
It wasn't bad. It was money on a pole match, which is the most WWE shit. It's like
that's like the most Vince Russo shit you can get. But it's like,
yep.
I just feel like at this point, I don't think this is for me. I'm not gonna knock anybody for liking Danhausen and the Danhausen stuff. That's fine. You're entitled. You're entitled to have fun to that. This shit just isn't for me anymore. I think it's just kind of worn thin on me at this point.
Well, I will say, given that the rest of the pay-per-view was like callbacks, including the main events, it's really funny that this on a pole match is a callback to Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. With Dominic's custody papers on a pole.
Yeah, it's. I don't even think they drew like that much attention to it either. Like, it was just kind of like a passing mention, and I was like, no, you guys should have literally built around this. Like,
this man has had.
I agree.
If those of you don't know, this man has had his custody on a pole, and now he has had his money on a pole. Next thing, I think they're going to put Liv Morgan on a pole and see what happens.
The Liv Morgan on a pole match. I wouldn't stop them. They had Judy Bagwell on a forklift. Like,
that was WCW.
I mean, it's still, they own the property now. Like,
yeah, it's true. That was actually Vince Russo.
Let's give SummerSlam though some credit. They did do some things right here. They had Oba beat Brock, which we were talking about is the only outcome of that match. We were, but like, I feel like that is the only outcome of this match that doesn't piss everybody off. Like,
and he got 11 minutes out of Brock Lesnar, which is a feat in itself.
He did. He no-sold.
I feel like Brock Lesnar's just like throwing. They're throwing each other around, and I just think at 9.5 minutes, Brock Lesnar's all gassed. He's like, "All right, go home, kid."
There was the moment where he tombstoned Oba on the exposed mat, and I was like, "No, Brock, your knees." It's like,
both of them.
But yeah, he tombstoned Oba onto the exposed ring. Oba still kicks out, just solidifying himself as a monster. I'm pretty sure the finish after the post interview, they said he was supposed to powerbomb him onto the unexposed part, but where they were when he got him up, the mats were all up on his feet, and he was like, I felt safer not walking to where to powerbomb him, so he just did it, and that's why you see Brock look to the exposed part of the ring before the pin. It's like, why are we here? Like, it's like we should be over there.
Yeah, because a weird place. Because the thing is, it's like you now everybody pretty much knows how rings are built. You know, some of that stuff is not stable. Okay, so one wrong move and that could have just spelled disaster for both Oba and Brock.
I would rather
it
have
was-
Oba Femi have a safer spot and not break his do an Adam Cole and explode
and
his
Brock's
shin.
back at the same
The
time.
issue
you know,
was the issue was when the mat was pulled up, he didn't like take it completely off, so it was folded over. And where he picked
Yeah.
up Brock, like his feet were underneath that folded part of the map. So he's like if he was trying to walk with Brock, it was definitely grounds for more stumble than anything.
Yeah, and it would also look bad if he stumbled. So
Yeah.
I think he made the right move.
Yeah, ultimately, I did not mind that at all because you know it's better to be safe for those two than you know have two of your biggest stars out injured. So
It's also like days removed from him actively botching from that one security guard.
The power bomb spot that
yeah. So I think he was being extra vigilant about it.
Yeah. And you can tell, like, Oba, like, he has the facade of, like, the unstoppable monster now, but when Brock was calling him back to the ring, you could see on Oba's face, he's like, man, I fucked up the finish. Like, you could see, like, he had that look on his face of, like, fuck, man. Like, you still see, like, the person underneath come out, he's like, I could have done that better, you know? But, like, I think Oba is still going to get his monster push that he deserves.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody on Twitter called him Absolute Swerve Strickland. Like Absolute Batman, and I actually can't unsee it now.
Yeah,
This is absolute swerve. Like
Swerve Strickland with the barrel chest.
Yeah. So the correct finish to this match that we wanted it to be, and then not one but two good title changes that we can get behind. Chelsea Green winning the women's championship in the ladder match. I love Chelsea Green. She's great. And then finally, Chad Gable getting the IC title off of Penta.
Yep.
Should have been off of Gunther. I'll take it now. Like,
yeah. I think there was more sauce on it if he would have taken it from Gunther, but I do like where they eventually went with Sami Zayn and all of that, and that led to Sami Zayn eventually getting a world title run. So I'll take that reality that we have today.
He also cut the El Grande Americano promo after this match, like he did in AAA after he was unmasked, which I think was a very good callback.
But you know what pissed me off about
that? It became an ad.
It's like it became a fucking ad. Okay, because they had some mascot, you know, the mug root beer mascot, or some dude with a fucking, you know, mug mask on. And he just jumps all in this thing. It's like, what are we doing here, man?
I saw that and I was like, please be Kaiser. Please be Kaiser. Like, no, I was just like, because he's like, it's a taller guy. He's like, I was like, oh, please be Ludwig Kaiser, like doing a heel turn here in WWE.
Kaiser's build too. That's why I thought that was gonna happen.
It's like
cracks him with the mug root beer over the head.
Like, he can be face El Grande Americano in AAA, but he comes back and he's like, everybody knows that he's El Grande here in WWE, and he's just full heel turn here. Like, but no, they let him celebrate. They let him celebrate with his whole family in the ring. It was nice. Chad Gable deserves it. Like, he has worked his ass off these last few years.
That man was Shorty G for way too long.
He was, and he survived
entirely too long.
Like, the thing is, he survived it. He made it work.
If you can survive Shorty G, you can survive anything.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Chad Gable's perseverance does need to be studied. For any other up and comer.
It's crazy because it's like, okay, cool. It's finally happened. And it's one of those things where I was talking to X during Redemption. I'm like, we need to stop putting Bandito into these title matches where he's losing. Like, he needs to, like, Chad Gable and Bandito, I feel like are kind of on the same track for a lot of pay-per-views where they're in these title matches, but they keep losing it.
They also have a very similar finish.
Yeah. Both suplex styles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chaos Theory 21 Plex, I think it's called.
Yeah, Chaos Theory and 21 Plex. But I was like, man, now if we can just get a title on Bandito from one of these matches, that would be great.
You know, I think somebody on Blue Sky made a comment about this, and I may agree with this. It's like somebody said that Bandito with the Ring of Honor World title is starting to hold him back a little bit.
I think they need
To an
to.
extent, yeah.
He's still world champion. I think they need to take it off to keep him on.
I think we need to move Bandito to the AEW side thing, start having him win some AEW titles here. Because I kind of agree with that. Yes, he's been Ring of Honor world champion for almost like 400 or 500 days or so. And I think, him being the champion and losing all these matches on pay-per-view, it kind of just doesn't.
It makes the title look worse.
It makes him look a lot worse. So I would just get the title off of him at this point and just bring him onto the AEW side full time.
It definitely puts him as like
win those titles.
It definitely puts him as like you are top of the B tier of the wrestlers on the roster, but you can never get into the A rank of it.
You are the big fish in the developmental pond.
Yeah, it feels like that. But it's like but he's put on these matches for like all these different titles, and he's like just come close, and they keep having him lose, and I'm like, what are we doing with Bandito at this point? Like, I understand he's going to go out there, he's going to put on a great match, the crowd is always going to be behind him, but at some point it's going to be like, oh, Bandito's in a title match, he's losing. Like, it's going to feel like that, And I think like this, I think Fletcher could lose it to him, and I don't think Fletcher gets hurt by it at all at this point. Like,
I don't think. Look, man, Kyle Fletcher's a main eventer at this point. Okay, yeah. I think he needs to be in AEW World Title picture anyway. So I don't think him losing an international championship, be it to Kester or Bandito or whoever they want to decide to lose it, to have him drop the belt to, it's not going to make a difference. Okay, the guy's primed for main event already, so that's just a step up for
him. Yeah, it's like but I think like with Chad Gable winning, I'm like, come on, I have hope now that Bandito can get his at some point too. Like they pulled the trigger on Chad Gable finally, and it's great. Other title changes that were really fucking good. Andrade finally has a singles title.
Yeah,
it's kind of one of the lower tier ones based on their importance, but he is now the national champion. And I mean, it's great. He put on a great match with Mark Davis. Davis, once again, proving that he can serve as a singles wrestler, not just a tag team guy.
Do not call this man a Jannetty. Mark Davis is superb.
he has broken the perception. He can be a solo. He can be a solo guy, just like Kyle Fletcher can.
A solo star, in any time he wants to be.
Yeah, so Andrade wins the title finally. It's great. He's worked hard. I feel like he should still be in the world title picture at some point. But for now, giving him this to at least, keep him there and exposed and, growing would be great. And weirdly, which I was kind of surprised about, I think X was too when we were watching this in the Discord, Willow gets the AEW's World Championship title. Off of Tekla, and I'm like,
I was actually surprised at that because I thought they were just gonna have Willow straight up lose, and we were going with Tekla versus Mercedes. But man, like shit, I was happy for her on that one.
Yeah.
Well, Mercedes and Willow has the better story of like I started your downfall, so now I'm gonna rub it in your face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had that little face to face on Dynamite after this pay per view, and that's pretty much what Mercedes said. Because that's pretty much one of the things she hates about Willow the most is that, to quote, at every milestone, I think she said her name is written all over her story, to that effect, something like that. So yeah, they do have really good history and a really good story, and I think they were going to lean into that for All In.
This is definitely the all in match of Willow and Mercedes. Which I think is unfortunate because I do believe that they're going to crown Mercedes. I think the plan was let's not throw Mercedes and Tekla into a match, considering they're both very good heels. Let's not turn one face for this. But Willow going in, there is that story there. I think it is just better, but I do think it's going to be Mercedes crowning at All In. Unfortunately, I'm going to say I think Willow is the transitional champion.
Possibly, but it's also not like
it's not a bad thing. Yeah, it's not a bad thing either.
It's like a
But it was just weird. Like Tekla lost. I was like, on a B pay-per-view? Like It's like on a single, like one of the special pay-per-views, not even one of the main four. It was just a really weird reaction.
But shout out to Tekla, man. She had
Tekla's been on a run. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone don't know, maybe
I started not liking her and not like kind of understanding the gimmick to like just being like, oh, Tekla's actually like psychotic. I love it.
Yeah, Tekla is great. I would kind of love to see like a triple threat maybe for the world title, but who knows? But I think Tekla's going to stay in the world title picture. Like she has to. She's just so good.
I think my favorite moment was Tekla going like, I didn't get fired from Japan, and then looking back and like, oh wait, yeah, I did.
Yeah, she's really funny.
Great.
And then there was another title change of Maya World defeating Hikaru Shida for the TBS championship as well. It's crazy. It's crazy what you can do if you just take, a match that you're going to lose. These two were replacements. Hyun and Maya World were replacements for two people that did not want to take the loss. They thought they were better. And now look at Maya World's growth over the last few months. But I will agree that it is really odd to keep giving Shida these incredibly short runs as champion.
I remember this story. I forget who exactly, which kind of tells me how important they are in the grand scheme of things. But like,
I think it was Nixon Newell. Was it Nixon Newell?
Nixon Newell?
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah.
And her wife.
Used to be like WWE or something.
It was Nixon Newell and Miranda Alizé, I believe. Those are the two that Hyun and Maya World replaced. Yeah.
AEW.
Brief stint and departure from AEW. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was her and her wife. Did they get married?
I believe wife, yeah.
Oh, they got engaged.
Or at least
they got engaged.
Yeah.
So yeah, her and her wife, they thought they came in, they just thought that they were better than, taking a squash match against, I think it was Divine Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're booked to, it was a tournament. I think they were supposed to lose to TJ during the tournament for, I think, the number one contender.
I think they were supposed to lose, and I think they were okay with losing, but I think they wanted more than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And just kind of overestimated themselves.
Yeah. And
which happens sometimes, especially people who were on the lower card who come in from WWE or anywhere in general, but WWE is the big one right now. So people who come in from WWE and were on the lower card will come in and kind of overestimate how much they're worth. Which is interesting.
Yeah, so Maya World beats Hikaru Shida. Shida's end with this title ends at 25 days. Which I think somebody pointed out her reigns as a champion are some of the shortest ones. Which is very odd considering how much fire she had.
Well, she did have that. Shida did have that one long run during the pandemic.
She did. Okay, so I'm looking at it now. She was the third champion. She had a reign for just over a year, but then the two reigns that she's had since then was 25 days and then 39 days as world champion. So those have been her title reigns since coming back. You're good to be champion for a month. There was a post pay-per-view segment where she's crashing out and whacking people in the back with the kendo stick, and they had to restrain her. Yeah. So it's just a weird. I don't know if they just don't know what to do with Shida anymore. I think the time that she was gone for visa stuff, she was gone for I think almost a year, right? And she came back to a roster of just great, new women. And I just don't think they figured out where she fits right now.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that.
Let's see what else.
I will say the one thing I do like about the about WWE. I in general hate the idea that they moved to 2 days for SummerSlam.
Yes.
But the one thing I do like is that both World Championship matches got the time that they needed.
Yes, both of them went over a half an hour. Cody needs to get an actual mask. These helmets the helmets that he's wearing make him look like a fucking Funko Pop.
Oh God, no, no. Let's talk. Let's focus in on this for a second because I was
let's talk about this.
My roommate. Let's talk about this because
for people who didn't watch the event, Cody, who comes up in his elevator, normally comes up in this bizarre metal skull mask.
Yeah.
But to promote Street Fighter, the movie he's in, he had the guile hair coming out of the metal skull mask. All of it metal, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, the Street Fighter intro, I thought that was actually kind of well done. Kind of kept the spirit of the game.
the portraits are kind of AI, unfortunately, but whatever.
A little bit. They were, but whatever. It was kind of sort of well done, but Cody comes out with this hideous fucking metal mask. Okay, and it looks like a gold Reese's peanut butter cup attached to his skeleton mask.
It really does.
This is probably the best way to describe this. Like, it really does look like this.
Oh God, that's closely. So good.
And then I seen pictures of it online, and they showed the close up. I'm like, man, this looks a lot worse than it did on TV. So whoever made that shit for him needs to be fired immediately. Okay.
That's just how I know.
I really do think so.
That's just how I know Cody's from like the deep south. That's how I know he's from the south. Like, he's one of us. That's some shit that someone from the south would do if they had a lot of money.
Yeah.
What was he thinking with this though?
I'm seeing it and I'm like, you can just like buy like a mask, like if you want to have a gold skull, that's fine, but you can actually like buy like a face mask that fits your head more correctly. It's like,
I think I would have rather liked him just having his fucking guile hair out in the match.
Yeah, that too.
I think that would have been better. Like, just have his fucking just like, lace fronts aren't that hard to put on. Put the wig on.
This show had like, I know it's TKO and WWE and they're all about the advertisements now, but like some of the sponsorship placements in this were so dumb. Like the guile hair for Street Fighter, the mug root beer guy at the end of Chad Gables, the fucking Gears of War skull in the middle of the werewolf mask for Jacob Fatu. Like,
logo on the steel chairs.
Yes.
The Wingstop logo was on the steel chairs though.
And the Slim Jim tables.
Well, they've had those for a hot minute.
It still looks stupid.
It does. The Wingstop chairs actually did make me kind of sad.
And it just
took me out of it for a minute. And
then in the ring, you see Riyadh Season, you see fucking Crypto, like Banks and everything. It's just like, oh God, this fucking sucks.
Straight out of TKO.
It's straight diarrhea, it's straight visual diarrhea in the ring. And speaking of diarrhea, CM Punk shit his pants during that match.
Did he? Okay, so I want to actually like talk about this for a second, because my friend and I thought it, because Punk at one point gets slammed and the camera is like shining at an angle where it looks like it might be a shadow, but there is a brown circle right between his butt cheeks. And I'm like, and we're looking at him like, is that sweat or shadow? Because they're outside, the roof of the stadium's off. And over there at the time of the showing, it was like 6 o'clock, which you're still getting the humidity. Yep. So, and I'm like, he's doing that, but it's also like the lighting is like off. And it's like, is that a shadow? No. But we're sitting there and we're like, did Punk just shit himself? And
he ate that good old diarrhea lettuce before the match.
Then there was a moment,
had a Taco Bell moment,
where he mounts, basically he like sets up for a move, but he's mounting Cody and his ass is right in Cody's face. And I'm like, if he shit himself, Cody just got all of that. It's like,
oh God.
It's
I guess I didn't pay attention. I guess I wasn't looking at his ass like that.
But like the thing is, it didn't like. I want to say it's kind of gross, but like the stain didn't get bigger. Like he was he's moving, he's doing all his stuff, and it was like the alleged spot isn't getting bigger. Yeah. So I'm like, did he actually shit himself? Like,
yes, he did.
And apparently he did. So it's like
That's amazing. That's crazy.
This old man.
And then there was the moonsault.
There was a thing called a moonsault. Like
didn't quite get all of that.
Fucking kneed Cody in the face. It's like came down right on Cody's fucking forehead. Oh, one of his knees like caught Cody's forehead. That's why like when he got back up, his like eyes like his you can see like the swelling on like his eye. It
was that like Charlotte Flair where both of the legs were like together and it just like kicked someone in the face. Basically.
I also want to say it's very funny because we joke CM Punk's just like old man. He's going to be gassed. This man was kind of gassed at the start of this match when by like minute 10. The Gunther and Nick Aldis match, after it's finished, the crowd was chanting, "You still got it" to Nick Aldis. This man is 39 years old. Like,
Nick Aldis was NWA champion not that long ago, guys.
Yes, but it was just like, "You still got it," and I'm like, this man is actually younger than the main event guys tonight.
He never lost it, you know.
He had to have lost it to still have it.
Yeah, but like, lost it. I guess people see him and think he's like 40 something, but like, no, the guy is 39 years old.
His face does kind of give like
it does. The man is 3 years. The man is 3 years older than me, which makes me feel real bad about my physical condition right now. It's like, but yeah, so like I thought that was just really funny. Though you still got it. It's like this man is actually younger than all of the main event wrestlers.
He's younger. The crazy part is, he's younger than Reigns and Rollins. So think about that one for a second. Dude, he turns 40 in November.
Oh my God. Night 2 had the funniest post I saw on Twitter. It was like going into the Chad Gable match. It's like, if Chad Gable wins this, the youngest champion on tonight's card is 40, and that will be Chad Gable. It's like, oh dear God. Because also at some point on that card too, Baron Corbin also won the US title off of Trick Williams. He is a 41. So
I will say, at least with that one, I have just a little bit of hope that they'll put Trick Williams in the
Trick Williams. If Trick Williams goes to the main event picture now, perfectly fine with it. Otherwise, this is a really dumb fucking decision. It's like,
well, they just got Corbin back, so now I think Baron Corbin is like the Morbius of WWE. That, like,
that's a great metaphor.
They believe him to come back, and they're still not going to pay attention to him.
They were like, oh man, they're actually liking the work he's doing in Major League Wrestling. Let's get him back. And then he comes back and he shows Baron Corbin, and they're like, why isn't it working? It's like, that's like when they re-released Morbius, and like nobody saw it a second time. It's like,
I damn sure didn't.
There was also, let's also talk about the first match on night 2.
Sure.
Because the booking decision for this is disrespectful, I think, to say. We have Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. They're both they're being told it's a one-on-one match for the number 1 contender for the undisputed world championship. This is after a few weeks of Finn getting kind of a build again, you know, back to where he was first Universal Champion. He really hasn't had a title like this in 10 years. It's just like, you know, maybe we're actually getting back to Finn Balor being, you know, main title picture worthy. And then Nick Aldis comes out and he's like, Gunther is being added to this match. And I'm like, okay, this probably ties into their story saying now he has to do what Gunther tells him to do and shit like that. And then Kevin Owens returns, which is cool to see him back, especially after his injury. But then he goes on to win it. And if I'm Finn or Sammy, I'm just like, okay.
To be fair, probably not Sammy. Him and Kevin are buds. So.
Yeah, but like if I'm Finn Balor, I'm like, you spent all this time like rebuilding me up for this. Like,
well, basically.
Also, the other thing I'll say about that, not that, because I kind of agree. I wish this was a singles match. It just kind of turned into it feels like it turned into a fatal 4-way out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, the thing is, you can, if you want to save some time, if you want to add a little bit more time to the card, just have Gunther coming out saying, I beat Nick Aldis, I can challenge anybody backstage, boom, KO reappears. You know, like have that match, because he beats Gunther anyway in this match, so he can beat Gunther at a singles match. You know, it's just
I will say Owens stuns Zayn, who is the safest from anyone losing momentum. So
Yeah.
he beats Sami Zayn with the stunner, and that's probably the safest decision you could have come with if it's going to be Owens wins. LOL.
But it's also like, this is for the undisputed WWE Championship, who there's already somebody basically in line for that, with Randy Orton returning to lay out Cody Rhodes. You know, but CM Punk's actually the main champion. So we're going to have the Punk KO feud, which is going to be pretty much the MJF Punk feud in terms of talking ability. When they finally get to cut promos on themselves, I'm here for.
And then we're rebooting the Cody Randy feud again. I think this time without Pat McAfee, so it's going to be a little better this time around.
I posted that link from Twitter where it's like Kevin Owens and Randy are being considered as fresh opponents for CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and I'm like, that fresh is doing a lot of load bearing in that fucking statement. I think those were the feuds before they got injured. It's like,
I think Randy and Cody is fine.
Randy Cody is fine.
I think Randy Cody's fine specifically because the title's not on the line.
Yeah. And that's
fine. They can do that.
It's like, can we just, cool. And if I had to guess, I'm like, they're probably going to, do this for the next few months, and then we'll probably go from there.
I don't think was Owens feuding with Punk for the title? I don't
previously
think so.
No, I think KO was still, I think he dealt with Cody still
for it.
Yeah,
for the title,
so.
But technically it's fresh, but it's not
it's
not a fresh person. Like, that could have been a Javon Evans or like a a Trick Williams.
Yeah. Combined age almost 90 for the Punk KO feud though.
Yep. Again.
Like, the promos are going to be great. Assuming WWE is just talk. We're going to let you talk. We're going to let you talk. No script, just sell the match. And I think these two are going to have great promos. It's just like, Punk cannot go in the fucking ring anymore, my guys. Like, this man can. This man is
also off a neck injury, so he probably also can't go in the ring.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh God, this main event scene's in shambles. Like, it feels like we need guys who are like younger than 40 in this picture right now.
It needs fresh faces. It needs Trick Williams and Nova Femi in this main event scene. And I think hopefully within the next few months, we get both of those guys in that scene. Because
I think towards Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I think towards Survivor Series, if not towards the Royal Rumble, we'll start seeing those newer people. Because I'm sure if we're noticing it and we're just three schmucks, like, surely somebody elsewhere who makes decisions is noticing.
So let's from that, let's hop over to AEW's Redemption and talk about their world title picture. Kevin and Kenny put on an incredible match.
Yes,
hands down. Like, that match went fucking insane, as we expected. Like,
yes,
Kevin Knight, this was the chance to like prove he belongs in the main event scene. He absolutely does. I hope he gets more opportunities following All In. Kenny retains, and then this is the match. This is the build to All In.
Yes.
Death Riders arrive. They want to do the bag to Kenny Omega. Ospreay stops him, turns on him finally, puts himself in their sights, but he saves Kenny Omega. They have this moment of like respect between each other, and they go to celebrate at the end, and then Kenny attacks Will Ospreay and lays him out with a one-winged angel, which was a great little swerve at the end. And then the Bucks are kind of telling him like he was saving you and all that, but Kenny's kind of like bossing them around, saying, like, pose, like the Elite, like do the pose and everything, and the Young Bucks kind of look unsure about it. So it's a really cool bit of character work from Kenny about it, considering he is like face, but he was just like, no, I'm the boss. He tried to turn on me. Like,
And then on top of that, and then the Dynamite after, I think they had this promo segment, which was kind of like on a 35-minute overrun for Dynamite. And Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega pretty much had one of the best segments of this year. Where they were like talking about their friendship and how, they gave their reasons for what they did to each other. And, stupid logic aside from Will Ospreay, like he said that he was alone, he didn't have anybody. And so he basically he looked to the Death Riders for comfort and support and all that other stuff. It was a really well done segment, and it kind of furthered the feud. So we're getting to the tension point with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, and that was just a perfect way to do that.
We did have earlier in the night as well, Hangman returning, saying that he believes in Will Ospreay. And if he needs help with the Death Riders, and Hangman's there basically to be his backup. Then they also had that conversation with him and Swerve after their match, where he's got to talk to him. So I think Ospreay is building, the backup for when the Death Riders try to interfere. We're probably going to see Hangman Swerve arrive to kind of even the odds. Just so Kenny
Hangman
and
Swerve,
Ospreay.
just toxic Yowie.
Just toxic Yowie. But it's like, I think Ospreay's putting together a team. So when the Death Riders do try to interfere, he'll have the backup to protect everything.
Oh boy, it's time for the Cody Avengers Part 2, except it's Ospreay this time.
Yeah.
The Will Avengers.
I mean, there's like a few other things that, I feel like we could go over. The Ospreay Moxley match with the Young Bucks also kind of fed into that main event. Where early in the match, there is a very brutal looking like headbutt between Matt, I believe, and Ospreay, where he's then just kind of dazed outside the ring for a bit, the Bucks. So it's put Nick in a 1v2 for most of the match, and they're selling it really good because even Ospreay's kind of like shaking off the headbutt a little bit. And I'm like, oh, these guys actually just fucking concussed Matt Jackson.
Yep.
Really good selling there. And it was just Ospreay saying like, I'm not going to, hurt him further while Moxley's trying to push him to do it.
He's like literally trying to kill him in the ring.
Yeah. They end up losing, I believe.
The Bucks win.
Yeah, the Bucks win after Ospreay, I think, nails Moxley with a hidden blade. If I remember correctly. Looking at my notes here. Ospreay goes to he tries to save the Bucks from the chair, eats a super kick, and then they just like level Moxley with a ton of super kicks to lay him out. So
I do want to end on a positive note for both pay-per-views, because both pay-per-views had some really good points. I do want to highlight Royce Keys, the artist formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs, who is finally being featured in a pay-per-view.
It had a great spot too.
Yes.
The power slam over the railing, like as one fluid motion. He didn't even get caught on it. It was like he hit him. He did the power slam, and he went over the barricade with him. And I was like, such a fluid spot too.
Yep.
Like that man didn't get hung up on anything for that. And also, Mike Bailey wins the title shot off the ladder match.
Yeah.
Like just running back Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher, because Tony was like, I like that shit the first time. We're going to do it again. It's like,
right.
So, new stars
so,
being showcased. Like it's great.
Royce Keys, I can't remember the last time he had a pay-per-view appearance, even in AEW.
He was on, it definitely was like before. It was before he left. I think it was like 2 before that. With Joe's faction, the Ops.
The Ops.
And then I think they didn't put him on a few because he was leaving. And then he showed up, and his whole WWE like career so far has been odd because they sign him, they want to sign him, and then they don't showcase him for the longest time. He has to be put in dark matches. They didn't put him in dark matches. Like they did like a whole promo pack for him, or a vignette when he first signed. And then it's just like, okay, now you're allies with LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. Like,
sure. That's something else I want to say. Solo Sikoa's like
funny as hell.
face run is actually really good.
They saw that man could do comedy, and they saw he could do comedy.
With it. Like
Well,
Solo.
we been knew he could do comedy, but we've had this like stoic like character forced to lock in for the last few years of the Bloodline. But this guy's always been there. This like silly, goofy odd guy.
Yeah. That match also was the Gears of War sponsored Gears of War wrestling match.
It was. It was the Gears of War sponsored.
But I hope they continue with Solo as a face, man, because that dude was incredible. Like, he is mad entertaining as a face.
Dude, during the interview, I think after night one, Triple H came out and said, like, if you get over with the crowd, you get the push. And like everybody posted with like a response of like an LA Knight face.
Yeah.
Like it's like no.
And Julia to some extent, and also Julia.
And Julia.
Because,
LA Knight did get the pin over Jey Uso though in this match.
He did.
So
He did.
But it's just like
Triple H is full.
He's so full of shit. He's so full of shit, dude.
It's really funny how he can just say that with a straight face sometimes.
He believes it. Like he believes his. I feel like he believes his. I believe he believes his own bullshit to that extent.
And the thing is, it's really insulting to the talent, because they're doing everything they can to get over. He's just not putting him. He's the one that's supposed to be putting him in the position to get over, and he's just basically failing his talent at every turn. And that's what he's doing. So when he gets in, if he gets in press conference and says shit like that, we just kind of side eye him because it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know damn well you're the one in charge of doing all this stuff. You can't book for shit. You're the one failing this talent. So get it together.
I think he's okay at booking like the main event because that's pretty easy for him to do because he was a main eventer for however long. But I think he really like shits the bed when it comes to like the mid card and the lower card talents.
It's also
and who to feature in those matches, unless it's like deafening like it is with Dominic and Danhausen.
It's just like, it's so weird because you see these world-class talents, right? You see Powerhouse Hobbs, you see Julia, you see Stephanie Vaquer, and then they come to your company and you basically strip away anything that made them. And you try to fit them into your mold. Like Julia just looks like another creator wrestler, like female wrestler. She doesn't have her unique look anymore. And they just have her losing. And it's just like, what are you trying to accomplish here? Because like, if this continues, she's not going to want to resign. So you're not going to get her talents later. It's like, what's the point of this?
It was so interesting that we had Julia in we had Julia and Vaquer, I believe, in AEW pay-per-views, and then almost immediately shipped off to WWE.
It was immediately after her pay-per-view match that Stephanie Vaquer signed with WWE.
That's kind of a risky take when you feature unsigned talent.
Yeah. What were you saying, X?
Oh, and it's not just that too. It's Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace.
Where the hell is Blake Monroe?
Like we haven't seen Blake Monroe in a televised match in over 100 days. Okay.
Blake Monroe kind of fell flat on her face, to be fair. Yeah. Like she wasn't like doing anything of note.
The Tony Khan promo or the Tony Storm promo just ringing true more and more. Like she'll just be a footnote.
But and then on top of that, what's even worse is Jordan Grace because she came in white hot. When she first debuted with WWE, she was like the TNA, women's knockouts champion. Okay. She came in that Royal Rumble. She absolutely killed it. They brought her back. She did it again. She came with all this momentum, and then all of a sudden she's disappeared. She got to the main roster, and nobody can find her now.
And Joe Hendry,
don't know what to do with her.
Joe Hendry is just showing up as like a.
Yes.
He showed up, but he's like a comedy side character to the Danhausen show now. He also smashed JD with a guitar, and a piece of that guitar hit a kid in the audience.
Oh shit!
Like, did you see that shit?
I'm sure Joe Hendry saw it, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna get you front row seats for whatever show you want, dude. Just say the word."
he like swings it so hard and hits JD, and a piece just like shoots off right there to the crowd, and you see like this kid like almost like duck trying not to get hit by it. Like
I
will say that
I gotta go back and watch.
I will say that kid's never gonna forget this pay-per-view for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was like the show here in Norfolk, X, when they did the TV show, they did the live show here, and Sammy like pulled the little cover off the table like they usually do, and he like threw it too, and it smacked this kid in the face who was in the front row. And like we're watching the show, and like security's around this kid, and like people in suits are around it, but like he just straight up like nailed this kid with the table cover here in Norfolk.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of crazy to see in real time.
I will say, at least for Jordan Grace, like she was injured, and now she's not injured, but it's like it's one of those things of like, what do we do with her now? How do we get her back in here?
Yeah.
And they have the nerve to like talk about how AEW uses Persephone in matches. And
Dude, that was the craziest headline I've seen all fucking week. It's just like
I don't know how real that is. I can't believe that one.
So for people who are listening, there was a headline that came out. Again, sources dubious. I think it was like just one of the podcasters, so it's whatever. People who have their quote unquote connections.
Reliable sources.
It was WWE officials are baffled with how AEW are booking Persephone, and I'm just like, what about your own roster? Like, it's like you're baffled about how we're booking her. Like, look at your own roster, man. Like,
we're baffled about how y'all are using Julia right now, which is what everybody kept pointing out to him.
Julia, the care,
all of
Grace.
Like, and everybody was pointing this out, and I'm like, are you serious? If this is true, like,
Jade Cargill,
worry about your own roster right now.
The thing is, like, and people point out, it's like this is normal to people in AEW. Even Willow came in losing a ton of matches for like her first 6 months. And now you have to prove that you're willing to play ball. You're willing to get your reps in. And then if you show that you can get over, you will be pushed. Like people don't come in.
Look at where my world is right now.
Yeah, like people don't come in and expect to get a ton of wins. That's why like Bishop Khan and Toa Leona, Gates of Agony, like they came in, they lost a lot of shit, and now they're, you know, trio champions with demand, with Ricochet. Like you have to get your reps in. You know, you have to do your time. You have to take the losses, and you can be rewarded.
That's true of kind of. This is a life lesson for those of you right now who have,
you're not going to instantly win. Like,
yeah,
you're not going to instantly win.
This is a life lesson for people who are struggling to get employed. You got to start from the bottom. Like, if you think you're at the bottom, go lower. If you can get there, then you're really in it. Just kind of build your way up.
Even Toni Storm, I think, was losing a ton of her matches as a part of the Outcast before she became Timeless. So
yeah, well, she had to come up with that character, and it got over like crazy.
Yeah, and so it's like I think people overestimate like their importance when it comes to a roster as big as like AEW's. Like WWE's just like they have this champion. Why are they having her lose? It's like because she's champion in another company where she can win all the time, but we have to also make our roster look. You know, we have to make sure our roster is also getting represented well. Look at fucking New Japan. Their fucking world champion right now is what? Yota Tsuji?
Right? Yota Tsuji.
That man has lost so many matches in the G1 Climax. It is actually absurd how many block matches that man has lost as champion. Which I think could also be because of how much he shit talks AEW. I think New Japan is probably not happy with it. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, Yoda, you're going to do a few jobs for a while. But hey, you at least still got the title, so that's a bonus. That's a plus.
If I had to guess, I think that title's probably going on Gabe Kidd, like really soon.
And it's long overdue for that, obviously, because Gabe Kidd is fantastic. He really is.
Give it to
that dude's funny. That dude's like he's like one of those real British psychopaths. You know what I'm saying? That he will just snap at any goddamn moment.
It could have been Shota, but Shota got injured during the block, had to withdraw, so he's out on injury.
Just give it to Shota again.
I think when I looked at it today, the two top people in the blocks are Gabe Kidd and Takeshita. So that match is going to be fucking brutal.
Yep.
But yeah, like night 2 or night 1 of SummerSlam has always or night 1 of any of their events recently has always been like historically bad. In terms of the quality, it's like that's where they kind of just throw a lot of their nothing matches.
It was a little better this time.
That's my point. It was a little better this time. They had some good matches.
All this was good. CM Punk Rhodes was okay. Fine.
It was a match.
Obafemi beating Brock Lesnar was 100% the right thing to do.
The correct finish, and then Brock putting him over. Yes. You know, calling him the future.
Match promo. Yes.
Which I think it just proves like if Brock wants to work with you, he will work with you.
Yeah, if Brock likes you, he'll put you over.
Then night 2
really likes Obafemi.
That was always his story.
And then night 2, way better with Chelsea Green winning, with Chad Gable winning. And then a really good, you know, main event telling the story of like this. We're done with the Shield. You know, we are
done.
Yeah, like this is it. They both hit Dean Ambrose moves. Even in the match, like even in the match, you could hear them talking. It's like this is where the bloodline comes down here and jumps me. And Roman's like, no, this is just me and you. Like he's like, it's just me and you.
We're always me and you.
Like the eraser of Dean Ambrose has been hilarious the last few weeks. But they did honor him.
With the pounding spot was funny.
I was like, wait until they call in the third member of the Shield, Kurt Angle. No, dad
barfing with his sons.
I feel like me and my buddy were talking about this. I feel like they had to do this match while they both still could. You know, like they are like 40 something, like that's still relatively young, but in wrestling years, like that is when it starts becoming rough from all the abuse your body's gone through.
Not to mention that like, and obviously I don't want to put it out there in the world that it'll just happen, but like leukemia comes back sometimes.
Yeah. And I mean, Roman wants to be an actor. He could leave the company entirely. So I think this was just there. Like, let's just close the Shield history. Just end it now while we still can. And just let that be that.
And again, it's one of those things where it was time. You know, the Shield debuted back when Ryback was still with the company. This was 2012. Survivor Series.
The betrayal happened in 2014. It's been over 12 years since that moment. Like,
so the Shield, I will say, been a part of WWE for 14, almost 15 years now.
I will say for those of you who complain about WWE not having long-term storytelling, it's just not the ones you want, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I told I made the joke. I was like, the storyline's been going for so long. I think the storyline's older than most of their core fan base. Like,
yes.
And in some parts, yeah, that is true.
Also, I think somebody pointed it out in the Discord. Chris Van Vliet just looking nonplussed at this whole pay-per-view from the front row. Like, this man was just bored out of his goddamn mind on night one.
I went back and watched night one. He was into Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
All the other matches, though, like, that man had a confused look on his face.
I think that's just his face.
They also shouted out all the Busted Open Radio, aka WWE State Media. Now they gave them front row seats.
Did you just call them State Media?
Yeah,
WWE is crazy. Actually,
State Media is insane.
For those who don't know, Busted Open Radio has been acquired by WWE. So it is now.
They actually did. Oh,
yeah, they did.
They bought the company.
Okay.
It is WWE. That's why Thunder Rosa got fired from her, or was let go from her job on Busted Open, because she's an AEW wrestler.
Right.
So they're like, it is WWE State Media.
State Radio. Like, okay.
WWE Propaganda Radio.
Basically.
Unironically, I did hear some really good things. For those of you who have like SiriusXM or whatever, WWE has a radio station that you can listen in on. And from what I understand, it was commentated on, like fully commentated and everything, by Vic Joseph and Booker T. And apparently Vic Joseph did so good that like 100% blind person was able to like listen in and enjoy the matches because of how well Vic Joseph was like describing the stuff.
I want Vic Joseph and Booker T on Monday Night Raw commentary. I need him. I need them two and Michael Cole and Corey Graves to swap places. They can do the radio stuff. Have Vic Joseph and Booker T do it Raw, because those two are wildly entertaining.
There was also there was also the clip of like Booker T doing the play-by-play for like the radio over the for the commentary and all that. And I think we lost Deca again.
I think we did.
We shall wait and see. Also, I looked up just Busted Open to make sure I wasn't talking shit. Nick Khan told Busted Open radio host WWE does not want shill radio, which I do not believe for a second. I think he wants them to shill the hell out of the company.
I don't believe that either. They're going to do nothing but shill. I don't believe that shit.
Somebody on the comments, okay, why? Okay, somebody on the comments, okay, then why won't they talk about AEW or other companies? It's like, hey, he's back.
Hey, he's back.
It's edgy state media. I heard everything, so it's
okay.
Edgy state media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's WWE state media, and I'll continue to make that joke.
That was diabolical.
So yeah, it's a better SummerSlam than last year's. I will give them that.
Yes. I mean, the bar's in hell, but yes.
The bar is in hell. The bar's in hell, and we're digging it out slowly. They had the correct champion. They had the correct wins when they needed it. They had the correct title changes that have been a long time coming. Speaking of two announcements, so also in regards to title reigns from two different companies, WWE said that their interim women's champion will be an official title reign. So Chelsea Green is officially a WWE Women's World Champion. TNA says that if Leon Slater loses his X Division championship, they retcon his whole reign out of existence. Which tells me that man is going to AEW and they are pissed about it. Like,
that's
how the fuck do you retcon an entire person's title history?
They've been doing that since the 60s.
No, you're going to. You're going.
But no,
in modern day, you're going to see X Division, a gap of time, and then another one.
Vacancy wins another one.
It's not even vacancy. Look, the time's just going to be gone.
Look, I understand it because Ric Flair had like 20. He had like 6 or 7 world title reigns and got retconned. Okay, I get it. That didn't happen on fucking television though. That's the thing. Like, they're actively going to retcon somebody's title history.
I'm looking at.
I just find it really odd, in a way.
I'm looking up to see where I can find the headline to see exactly. Leon Slater. Okay. Yes, at Lockdown. Cedric Alexander challenged Leon Slater to a match at Lockdown. He put the X Division Championship on the line, and Leon puts his X Division title reign on the line, where if he loses, his reign is completely erased from TNA's history. And that tells me that man's longest reign, by the way, as X Division champion, tying Austin Aries, is going to be erased because that man's like, I'm not going to TNA or WWE, I'm going to AEW. And like I said, they're pissed. Like, this feels like the most WWE booking I've ever heard in my life.
Is the petty. That feels very maliciously petty.
That's some shit they did to like cross out a bunch of Bruno Sammartino's reigns.
It's that, and I think they did it to like was it like back in still in territory, like one of the Japanese wrestlers, I think Hogan lost it to like Inoki or something, and they like just did not.
Yeah, it was Inoki.
They did not like do his reign at all.
Mm-hmm. Like they didn't recognize him until he was like in the Hall of Fame.
Basically,
and
yeah.
Even then, it's like, eh.
So it's just kind of like
be interesting as hell.
Yeah, it's just been a lot of weird shit going on in wrestling, but I think the build to All In is looking good. And then what's next for WWE? They did announce it. I did not.
Next thing for WWE is NXT Heatwave.
We don't here. I know they had a bunch of promotion for
Next
Triple
month is-
Mania.
So next month, yeah, they did. There's a Triple Mania show coming up. It's supposed to be on the same night as All Out. Worlds Collide.
Yeah,
because they're going to counter program AEW's event again. Only this time,
yeah, they're throwing I think they're throwing Heatwave right up against All In, and it's just like, oh no, NXT. I'm sorry,
brother, this guy stinks.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's like we have WWE is going back to like some known feuds, I guess, but now we have the wild card that is Obafemi potentially entering the title picture sometime soon. If Roman and Seth are truly done, I want to know where this goes with Roman's title reign, and I hope it is Oba. At this point,
the next major event for us that we're probably going to catch is going to be Money in the Bank.
Okay.
On the 10th of October.
I want somebody like The Miz to win Money in the Bank and then just get jumped by Oba backstage where he steals the briefcase and it's like, you're gonna try to stop me? And Miz just backs down.
No, what I want is for him to hold the briefcase out like he's cashing it in and just telling the ref, you're going to recognize this. I'm going to beat your ass if you don't.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, they got the Money in the briefcase out, and they get laid out by Oba, and Oba just like takes it, looks at the ref, and the ref just, and Oba's just,
you got it, dude.
Winner Obafemi.
I would love it so much if Miz is going to cash in, gets laid out by Oba holds, and you hear the announcer go, the Miz is cashing in the Money in the Bank, and then Oba lays him out, and then holds up the briefcase, and then the announcer goes, scratch that, Oba's cashing in the Money in the Bank.
It's just Oba's just like the biggest, like, give me your lunch money, nerd.
Yes. I would love that.
I love Oba, and I hope they don't just, I know it's probably going to take him a few tries to win his title, but I hope he can lose convincingly enough where it's like, oh, well, shit, the aura's gone. It's
because he lost to Brock that one time, and that didn't diminish his aura like at all. He had that one where he like knocked two people out of the way on his way to the ring, finished his entrance, and then started the match.
Oh yeah, he entered, he got jumped, he beat him up, he finished his intro. It's like very creative for them. But like I think Oba is the sooner the better, given the age of your fucking main event scene.
Your main event scene is
we need Oba in
80 years old.
We need Oba in. We need Trick. We need Trick Williams in. We need Javon Evans in. We need some of your newer guys in this main event scene to save your fucking company.
I will say, even though he's 42, just keep Sami Zayn in there, though.
Yeah. I mean, Sami Zayn's always going to wrestle a good match.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we have a good picture for All In being painted. We're probably getting Willow, Mercedes. We're definitely getting Omega Ospreay.
Yes. We have a good picture for All In. In general, and I want people to continue to I want this to continue to be the takeaway as we, wrap up the episode. Like, wrestling, generally, in a pretty good spot. Like, Summerslam was good. Like, Redemption was good. Like,
the usual complaints are just the women need more time weekly.
Yes.
Like, they are still getting shafted on time weekly, and these companies' rosters have improved. I mean, AEW's women roster is great, and you have definitely stars that you could use on WWE, but they just are not giving them the time to showcase.
And ultimately, they just need to start maximizing their minutes also. Like, I would love to see more feuds with these women than they've been giving us lately. It's not just like shoehorning in, matches here and there. You're like, something like one thing, like Liv Morgan and Io Sky was pretty decent. Something like that more often.
I do think the wrong person won that match, though. I think Io Sky should have won that.
But I just want, but the general point is, I just want like more women's stories being told in the ring, because I think with the talent that has emerged from these women's divisions and these companies now, I think it's the best we've ever seen it. So I think I would strike that iron while it's hot.
I think that Oblivion into like the front flip handstand that Io did into the
That
Oblivion
was
again.
insane.
Like, that's what got me about that match. It was like, cool, a counter to Oblivion, and then it's just like instantly into another Oblivion to lose. Like, then what was the point of even the counter? Just for a cheap pop? Like,
Yes.
and I'm just like, the first title defense in 100 days, and she beats Io. But also, like, Io now is just becoming like an emote machine for the crowd. And it's just kind of
That's
like,
the thing that got her over.
yeah, but it's like, it's all she's really doing now, like, as a character. I think the women just need to find their characters more, you know?
Yes.
But-
One last thing before we wrap up. During the post show, I told you guys this on the post show. Kevin Owens is talking about his return. He name drops Rebel from in AEW by name, and is like, some things are bigger than wrestling. He was talking about her.
All he says is she doesn't work here.
He says she doesn't wrestle here, but fans would know her as Rebel, and just goes into her battle for ALS, and as striking as inspiration for him coming back from a neck injury. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was great.
That was really awesome of Kevin Owens for him to do that, you know. And yes, I love the fact that the wrestling community has kind of gathered around Rebel, you know, during her struggle with terminal ALS. I wish Rebel nothing but the best, you know, and I hope one of these days they can find a cure for some of these diseases like ALS, you know, like cancer, so we can just, you know, have better quality lives, and we can live longer and be healthier. You know, it's a sad situation, but it does give me some hope that the wrestling community gathering together like this for her there can be some good that comes out of it.
Yeah, it was brave as hell for him to mention her.
Yes.
But at this point, I'm like, I don't think they're going to fire him.
He's the number one contender right now. What are they going to do? Fire him?
Yeah. So I mean, it was a big ball move from KO, and much appreciated.
Yes.
But yeah, aside from that, gentlemen, I got nothing else to really talk about.
Yeah, I'm good as well.
I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Sorry we missed a redemption focused episode. This was a thing. I think these were back-to-back weekends, and we had stuff come up.
They were back-to-back weekends, and we were not back-to-back people.
Yeah. So we decided to do a little mashup here. If we get to a point where it's like we have back-to-back shit, we might just do this rather than trying to fit, you know, 2 recording stuff across 2 weeks. But we'll see how time goes. As always, you guys can follow us on YouTube or Spotify. We have the video versions on YouTube. We have the audio versions on Spotify. I might be able to upload the video version to Spotify. I haven't tried, but I know they take video stuff now. So that might be something to explore in the future. We don't really have social media. You know, we kind of post on our own accounts over on Blue Sky. X usually promotes the show and all that. But so those would be probably in the description coming forward. And
I have a wife and kids. I don't do shit about social media anymore. I'm dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, and it's like, that's just a thing. It's like we're not. This isn't our job. This is our hobby. And it's just kind of when we have time to do it.
The second someone wants to pay me for this, I'll say whatever the hell you want. I'll review whatever the hell you want.
Fair enough. But yeah, we will see you guys in a few weeks for Money in the Bank. And we'll go from there. See how the landscape changes. So hope you all have a great night. We have a fantastic time. Keep on enjoying wrestling, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.